Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Shelby. Today I am gonna share a little bit of a different video. When I'm recording this, I'm not 100% sure if I've posted my debt freedom beginning, the debt freedom journey video. I'm pretty sure I have though. But this video is gonna be filmed in a couple different clips. I kind of wanted to do this after my first payday of the month, and then I'll have another one after the second payday of the month, so then you get a whole month view of some of my finances. So I have started the debt-free journey back in January when my car broke down and I had to take out a personal loan for my car to pay it off so I could get rid of it because it was totaled. And so since then I've been making some progress, quite a bit of progress actually, which is exciting, but I wasn't really seeing the progress until I found the debt-free charts, which is really, I found these a couple years ago when I was thinking of being debt-free, and then I was reminded by someone else's post about them, and so I wanted to share those with you and kind of share what I'm coloring in for each category after this first paycheck. And so I'll talk to you guys about these. So these are the debt-free charts. I have different ones for different things. And then I actually have a fifth one that you will see at the end of the month, because I fill that one out like the last day of each month on how much debt I paid off. And so it's a chart showing, and it says debt's going down. So it shows how much I have paid each month off. And so I'm trying to pay off my bank loan as soon as possible. And then after that, my credit card. But once I get my bank loan paid off, then I'm gonna save up some money to put on a down payment on a vehicle. Because right now I'm driving my sister's and I'm sure she needs it this summer. So yeah, so we'll start with, I'm gonna use a clipboard and I'm gonna do some coloring on camera and explain to you guys these. So for my bank loan, I get to color in 6 lines this month. So let me do this real quick. So where that line is, I get to color in all of that white down here. And for me, each line represents $50 on this one. So let me color that in, and I'll just color in the B while we're on camera, just so you can get an idea. And I pick a different color each time that I'm doing this, so I can show how much I have colored for like each check. And then if I get like a couple of these lines down here represented like tax money I got back, I put on this, or like tax money I put on it, or any other like money that I happen to get. So like if I babysat and they gave me like $100 and I put 50 of that on this, then I would color in a line. And so that kind of gives you an idea of what I would do, and I would color all the way across there, and I'll color that later. And the lines, there's lines over here that you can write to represent that. I kind of wrote the lines, but I kind of have just counted them enough and done my own thing a little bit. But for me, each line represents $50, and say if I put like $66 in on the bank loan towards like interest, or just putting it on there, then I would color in one line, and then on the back I have it says surplus, and then if I was doing $66, it would say surplus of 16, and then the 16 would go with my next payment. So say if my next payment I paid $40, then the 16 would go on there, and then I would color in one line and I would have $6 left. And so that's kind of nice to also add to like the next payment. Then you get to color in a little extra the next time, hopefully. And so there's the bank loan. And then this one I thought was fun for my phone loan, I guess you call it. So it's a loan, kind of, it's on your phone bill. I mean, you're essentially paying for your phone. You don't fully own your phone yet. So you're paying for your phone through like Verizon. And so my personal phone payment each month is $70. And so 30 of that goes towards paying off my phone. And so I really liked this Deptress. And I didn't put the start date or the finish date, but I thought it was fun because there's 200 pieces on here. And so that equaled out to each piece being $3. And so each month I get to color in 10. And I thought that was fun because it's a little different. And I feel like it'll fill up faster, which that's a visual that I need, is something to fill up faster, because you get to fill in 10 pieces each month. So let me just fill in one so you can see like what, ooh, this Sharpie. I use Sharpies, and I'm using a clipboard because I'm not sitting at my desk right now, because there wasn't really a good place to set you guys up at. But maybe next time I will figure out how to set the camera up so you can actually see me coloring. But see, I just filled in one, and so I'd fill in like 9 more. And I want to finish a level, and then you level up, and then you level up, and then you level up, and then you're done. And so each level has 50 pieces. So each level would be $150. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And you can color in like these extra things. I don't think I have on any of them except for my debt is going down. I colored the words debt is going down in some gold Sharpie, just to keep me motivated. And then my next one is my credit card, which I have not made as much progress on, but I have made some. And so for this one, and again on this one, I do have the surplus on the back too. But each block equals around $50. It'll depend on interest. So at the end, my second paycheck of each month, I account interest into it. And so whatever I paid on debt that month, the interest comes out of, and then I fill in like a cube less or whatever. And so each cube is around 50, and then it's got this way to go, or halfway there, or you're on fire, and that shows how much you've paid off at each check point. Which mine's going to be a little different because I calculated things a little different because of interest. And so the starting balance is what I started out with without interest, but these numbers are not conducive to that amount. And so I calculated this as owing $5,000 in credit card debt, which is not what I owed. I owed around $4,300. And so slowly we'll get this paid off. I'm more focused on my personal loan so I can get a car. And so for this month, for the credit card one, I get to color in 4 squares, and I'll just do one to show you guys kind of what it would look like. And then I have this pretty much the same sheet for my savings, because while doing all of this, I wanted to at least start a savings in case if something were to happen. If I had to be off work for a week because I got sick or something, you know, I wanted to be able to have some savings there, some cushion room. And so see, then and I started off this one only doing 2 colors, but I'm gonna make it fun. I think it's more fun to have different colors than just these dark ones, because when I hang this up on the other side of my room, all I see is the dark. I don't see really anything different, and so it's good to be able to differentiate. And so that's the credit card one. And then I have my little emergency fund, which I am just starting out with. I'm only planning to have 1,000 to start with, at least, to kind of help get me through this debt-free journey. And so there's 100 squares, and each square is worth $10. And so this one, while I'm not paying as much on this as what I'm doing the others, I believe still that it'll fill up faster. And so this one, this month, I will get to fill in 5 squares, and I'll just show you guys one, just because I don't want to waste your time sitting here and coloring. But then at the end of the month, when I film the next one, you'll be able to see what all I filled in, and then I'll kind of show you how far I've come, which will be cool, because there might be other random payments throughout the month, like if I get a check for something else, or you know, like if I babysit or anything like that. And my savings account also has interest, so it's not going to be high, but you know, pennies add up eventually. And so yeah, there's that one. And that's it for these. And so you kind of figured out specifics a little bit. I don't make a huge amount of money, but I also don't have a huge lot of bills. So most of my money right now is going towards my credit card debt, my auto loan, savings for a vehicle, paying off my phone, like all of it's being shoved towards that, so I can get that done with. And so yeah, so this is the start of this, and then I will insert, hopefully if I can figure it out, I'll insert the next month, next paycheck, whatever that is, and then I will also show you the very end of the month. So I'll probably be wearing 3 different things throughout this video. So yeah, so thanks. Okay, go watch the next pay period. Okay guys, what's up? It's the second part of the first video that I recorded. For you guys, it's all gonna happen in the same time. For me, there's been like 2 weeks since I recorded the last bit. So this coronavirus is going crazy. My work has actually closed down for at least 3 weeks, which is kind of scary because that means no pay. And so this next check that I got was going to go pretty much primarily all towards debt and getting debt free. But now I still have some of it going to debt because I don't want to get out of that mindset. But a lot of it's actually going to go just stay in my checking account as like a buffer in case if we end up being off work for longer than 3 weeks. I did fill out unemployment because I am laid off, but I don't know if I'll actually get it. And then I've also been working on adding things to Facebook Marketplace to sell a bunch of my old electronics and different things like that. I also cashed out of ThreadUp, which I try to do every, I don't know, every couple weeks, every 4 weeks, either once or twice a month. And I do that landing on payday. And I was able to pull $20 out of there, and I put that straight towards the my money stockpile. It's not really a stockpile, but It's just money that I have set aside in case if I end up being off work longer, because if I end up being off work longer, then I'll have another credit card payment. I'm quite a bit ahead on my personal loan payment, and so that's nice. So I don't really have to pay that, but I want to keep in the mindset of paying that. Whereas the credit card, I do need to pay monthly. So if I'm off work for 2 months, which God forbid that, then I will have some buffer room to pay that next month. Yeah, we're in crazy times. You know, since I'm off work for 3 weeks, I am doing self-quarantining. My sister is back from college, and so for the most part, she's also self-quarantining. My mom's off work, and my dad's the only one that's working, which they're meeting soon to talk about if they're gonna close down for a few weeks. And so yeah, trying to keep my mind off of the stressors of that, but also like getting out, going for some fresh air and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get back to finances. So I'm gonna kind of talk you guys through, I have a notebook with notes. I'm gonna talk you guys through what I was originally planning on doing with this paycheck, and then what I am doing now. And then we'll also do some of this, and I'll show you kind of what I'm gonna color, and then I will stop and I'll color it all in and show you guys, and then do my outro. Sounds good? Sounds good. So like I said, I'm gonna work on selling a bunch of things that I don't need, just to make a little bit of extra money to put towards debt, or if I'm off work longer. So originally my plan was to put $315 towards the personal loan, and then put $200 towards the credit card, and then put $60 in savings. And so since I'm keeping a good chunk of money in my checking account, I am shifting less. And so right now my plan is to keep about $235-ish in the savings account, or in the checking account, besides like the money that I have budgeted for food or other bills or stuff like that, insurance, you know, all of that stuff. And so now on the loan, I am only putting $82 on it, just to kind of keep myself in the mindset of paying that. The credit card, I am putting $160 on, but due to paying off the interest from last month, and I had to put like something small on my credit card. Really, it's only gonna end up being like $71. And then savings, I am putting $40.78. So I always take like an even amount of money, and then I take the change of my check. So my check was something, and then 78 cents. So the 78 cents automatically goes towards saving. So I'm kind of going to show you what I would be coloring in, due to some like surplus and stuff like that. So obviously the phone bill, it already happened this month, so I'm not gonna have this to pay off. I did put money towards my phone bill for next month, but I won't color that in until the money comes out of my account and goes into my phone bill. And then my bank loan, this is what it looks like from last month. Last paycheck, I don't think I showed you, but I'm gonna use baby blue this time. And last month I had an $18 surplus, and so with the $82 I'm putting towards there, that's $100, and so I would color in 2 lines. So I just made 2 dots so I could show you what that would look like. And then, so that's my personal loan. And then my credit card, I am doing in yellow for like a bright springy. And then my credit card, I'm gonna color in 1 square, and then I will have a $21 surplus for next month. So let me just put a dot on there so that I can color it in a lot easier. So I would have loved if I would have been able to put the whole amount for it. Would really just be coloring in another square or potentially 2 squares. And I guess I could show you that for my loan also. I would have been coloring up to here if I would have been able to put all of that money towards my personal loan. And the reason for wanting to pay off my personal loan before I pay off my credit card is I want to pay off that loan before I get a new car. So I have that loan from my old car. I have an old financial video that you can watch that kind of talks about what's going on with vehicles. And then the next one would be my savings fund. And for savings this month, I'm going to use purple. And for savings, I would have 4. So I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 squares, and then I have a surplus of I'd have a surplus of $1.87. So eventually that'll all add up and equal $10, and then I'll be able to color in a square for that. And then my next one, which I didn't show you guys last time, is actually I can show you guys this more. So it's debts going down, and it shows this blue line is where I started, and then the red is what January looked like, and the yellow is what February looked like. And so I already wrote where I'm at now. I'm at around $5,120. And each square, if I did the math right, each square represents 320. And so this month I am down 2 squares. And so let me just make the lines for that. And so I will color in that area. And then I also would have a surplus of $200 that I would color in for like next month. If I paid $440, I think that's the math. So like next month, if I only paid $440 towards debt, then I would color in another 2 squares because I would have that $200 extra. And so that's that one. And so total for this month, I put $840 towards debt with like that $200 surplus. So that's where I got the amount that I had. Yeah, let me pause this and then I will do some coloring in. And then I'll talk to you again. Okay, so now that I have these all colored in, I want to show them to you real quick, and then I will, yeah. So this is what my bank loan, my personal loan, looks like right now. It's a bummer that I'm not a bunch higher like I should be, but that's the program. My credit card, it's just the one yellow square, which hopefully I am able to put more towards that next month. Hopefully. I'm not sure what my paychecks will look like because of all of the unknown right now. And then here is my emergency fund. I'm still putting towards this Some people would say, don't worry about your emergency fund right now. I'm still putting towards it because I want to be able to say like I have that in my savings, in case if something were to happen later on down the line, like if I actually got sick and was out of work for a while, you know, then I at least have this money set aside, just in case. I like the knowing of having that set aside, because a lot of people would say, well, why don't you just put towards debt, or why don't you hold on to it just in case now? But it's the putting it in savings more like keeps it out of my mind, so I don't even account that into like that's money that I have. It's money set aside, in case if something happens, in case if I absolutely need that money. And then my debt going down, you can see the green, and then I colored in March, so you can see which color goes with which month. And yeah, I would have loved to have been a little farther down, but that's kind of what it is for now. Yeah, you know, I'm working on hopefully being able to babysit randomly throughout all of this. You just never know though that a lot of people are working from home, that they probably don't need babysitters right now. And then I've offered to pick up groceries for people, anyone in need, and stuff like that. So we'll see. You know, I can sit in bed all I want and read and watch YouTube, but being able to do other things is good. Even though I do want to self-quarantine as much as possible. If someone needs me to watch their kids so they can go out and get groceries, I will absolutely do that. You know, just because I want to be as much of a help as I can be. Yeah, I've heard that a couple things of like that Trump's gonna have like a bailout for all Americans, and if that's the case, then that money's going straight towards debt. And if I do get unemployment, that'll be a huge stressor off of me. But you know, it is what it is right now. I never thought that I would have to file for unemployment or stress about financial stuff, but now that I'm focusing on getting debt free, being smart with my money, I stress more about that because I want to be to a point where I'm not gonna have to worry about it. Yeah, so thanks for watching my video. Give it a thumbs up. I probably won't update for April, but I might do one for May or June. I might give it a couple months. Like I filmed that one in January and it's been about 2 months. And so we'll see when I post again about financial freedom. I do have other videos coming out like empties, because I did buy a couple things, but I'm working on going through all my empties, getting everything gone. So yeah, so like and watch those videos. I'll probably do a quarantine book review soon. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Hopefully you're doing fine during this quarantine time, this craziness. Yeah, feel free to like and subscribe, and share. Thanks. Bye.